This is the Okeanos Explorer video engineer Roland Bryan making a general announcement reminder to everyone on the OKEX party line as well as the telephone conference. We are transmitting and recording this feed today, so please keep that in mind and enjoy the dive.
Yeah, I know. Video, we probably want to get a screen capture of that initial hit on the Little Herc sector scanning sonar. That's pretty good nav, guys.
Would it be possible to get that sector scanning sonar image as our third stream, guys?
Yeah, is it not already there? Have we not got the sector scanning sonar going out on the quad as the number 3 feed?
Yeah, it's on the quad.
You should have it now.
Perfect, thank you.
Yep. We're getting screen grabs of this for you, too.
Excellent.
It's always a great relief to know the coordinates are correct.
I'd say they're pretty much spot on. We moved away, and it was a good thing we did, because we would have been just about on it. I think we are seeing, I think you are seeing by looking at the sector scanning sonar, you are seeing either debris or rigging off to the right side, dead ahead of Little Herc now. And we have a sedimented seafloor right in front of us. Looks like that rigging is about 20 to 25 meters away.
Look at Sirius. We're gonna have good shots.
Yeah, visibility view from Sirius is excellent, so we should have very, very good visibility here. Yeah, there you go.
Any current on bottom, as you can tell?
We are on the seafloor, yep.
Is there any current that you can tell? It doesn't look like much.
They're looking at it right now. Yeah, I know. Video, we probably want to get a screen capture of that initial hit on the Little Herc sector scanning sonar. That's pretty good nav, guys.
Would it be possible to get that sector scanning sonar image as our third string, guys?
Yeah, is it not already there? Have we not got
Not
the
yet.
sector scanning sonar going out on the quad as the number 3 feed?
Yeah, it's on the quad.
You should have it now.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yep. We're getting screen grabs of this for you, too.
Excellent.
It's always a great relief to know the coordinates are correct.
I'd say they're
Good job.
pretty much spot on. We moved away, and it was a good thing we did, because we would have been just about on it. I think we are seeing, I think you are seeing, by looking at the sector scanning sonar, you are seeing either debris or rigging off to the right side, dead ahead of Little Herc now. And we have a sedimented seafloor right in front of us. Looks like that rigging is about 20 to 25 meters away.
Yeah, look. We get serious. We're gonna have good shots.
Yeah, visibility view from Sirius is excellent, so we should have very, very good visibility here.
Well,
Yeah, there you go.
Any current on bottom, as you can tell?
We are on the seafloor, yep.
Is there any current that you can tell? It doesn't look like much.
They're looking at it right now. Yeah, I see one. We were seeing hard returns up near the edge that's close, the end that's closest to you as well. Yeah, that would be what they were calling rigging. We'll obviously check that out, I think. I think we've got debris out there as well. Those of you looking at the visual now, we can see the wreck now from Little Herc.
Now, what's the status of your ship move? Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's fine. Yep.
we lost the stream 1 feed.
Screen 1.
Yeah, I think so.
We're working on this feed issue now. We put another ship move in so that we can get a tether flexibility to work with, but you can see the view. Little Herc height off the seafloor now is 4 meters. Heading is 265 degrees, and we can see the wreck in Little Herc visual. Just waiting on a ship move here so that we've got some flexibility to work around the hull. You know, I think while they're making this ship move, we should probably leave the sonar there. But if we have a choice of going to Little Herc visual and Little Herc and Sirius, I think they want to go with Little Herc. Yeah. I think we're okay. Let me know, everyone, if the size of that sonar feed coming to you in the quad is acceptably large. We want to make sure that you're getting the sonar image is excellent, so we want to make sure you're getting it at sufficient detail. Right now, you're getting the Sirius and Little Herc visuals, the sector scanning sonar from Little Herc, and the graphic user interface for the ROVs on your quad. Good view of the wreck now, right center on the Little Herc visual feed. I'm not sure if what we're seeing between Little Herc and the wreck are burrows, the white modeling on the seafloor, or whether it could be debris from the wreck. We'll get a better view of that shortly. Seems as though we clearly have some debris on the end of the wreck facing us now.
Okay, Carl. Let's start creeping up, and what I want to do is take a look at what's out in the sediment here before we get to the main structure.
So the internet dropouts are from
Yeah, come down a little bit, and let's take a look around. Just come straight in, stop just before the material on the bottom, and then just do a slow rotation right and left. Okay.
Want to let everyone know on the Telcon that the dropouts you are experiencing periodically are from us. These are satellite related. There's not much we can do about it. We hope that they are at best or worst intermittent. So keep letting us know. quality of the visuals are excellent. We have no current to speak of, and the visibility is excellent.
It's good right now. If it holds.
Video, say again, I missed your last. Roger that. Everyone be aware that we are recording everything we're seeing locally, so it's not as though you're not going to get documentation, even if your feeds are intermittent.
Roger that.
Okay, you can come ahead a little bit more, please.
Jack definitely looks copper sheath.
Yeah, I was in the same thing.
Okay, pilot, continue to come in, please. Okay, hold it there. I'd like to lateral to your right, please.
Like another situation where the wood is completely gone and all that is left is the sheathing.
Okay, just like that. And rotate a little bit to your left and come down a little bit, please.
Looks like what would have been the stem post, but it looks like it's been broken and bent back.
Okay, come on, want you to lateral right, please.
Does that immediately suggest an age range of the wreck to you guys?
Okay, let's get a bearing on that. Rotate to your right, please. And lateral left.
Well,
You want to get lined up right on the
copper
strike.
sheathing is likely at least
And
early
lateral to your
19th,
left.
possibly late 18th.
Okay, stop. Right there. Hold it there. About 214. Okay. Okay, I want you to come back to your right, lateral right. And rotate a little to your right, please. Let's see what's laying out here in the sand.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
a large fly trap anemone there, encrusting what looks like debris.
Okay. Rotate
Kim
left.
asks what is lying inside the hull, the round objects. I was wondering the same thing. I guess we'll get a closer look at them eventually.
I think we will certainly zoom in on those, but not right away.
Yes.
Okay, let's, I want you to come a little bit to your left, lateral left, and start moving down the side of the ship, please. Okay, now drive ahead, please.
Could that possibly be part of the rudder that we're looking at there?
Didn't get good definition of it. I think our intent now is to start coming down one side without doing any zooming, obviously. So.
Okay.
Just looking at this piece
Stop,
that's kind of canted off to one side.
Stop now and rotate to your right, please.
had around what looked like a pretty heavy metal object inside the end, and I agree with you that something that looks like
Okay.
could be ceramic as well
Want
in
to
the
come
middle
come in
background.
closer to the wreck, please. Drive straight ahead, please. Yep, come straight on it just like that.
That were in here. Yeah.
Okay, rotate right a little bit. Okay, it looks like you got some plates or something dead ahead.
Yeah, that's what has already been said, that we may have could be ceramic, could be metal, but it does look like a platter of some kind
Right.
in the center view now.
Right. Okay, Carl, start
Certainly
to
does.
lateral
And those others
left,
look like
please,
just
along
regular
the
plates,
side of the
thinner
wreck.
plates.
And so I want you to lateral.
I haven't yet seen any
lateral
animals
left,
on this structure, but
just
I
like
guess
that.
that's
I want you to
to be
pull in
expected
tighter,
from
come in closer.
copper, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I think that
Yeah, it looks like what we're looking at is all that's left would have been the copper sheathing that would have protected the hull, the lower part of the hull below the waterline.
yeah, and it would probably correctly explain the lack of encrusting biology. Don't know how old the wreck is, but a lot of biology probably wouldn't like that copper sheathing.
Okay, I'll stop there.
That was the purpose
you
of
to
the copper
rotate
sheathing, to
left,
protect it from
please.
barnacles and things like that
Worms,
growing on it.
boring worms.
Right.
Right.
Shipworms and stuff.
Are those spikes coming up out of the copper sheathing that I'm making, or shanks?
Right, and also little nails. See all the nails, line of nails that would have tacked it to the hull.
Is
Yeah,
that what we're seeing
okay.
protruding? Those would have been fasteners.
Okay, continue, rotate back to your right. Come down a little bit, please. And continue to lateral to your left. Okay, pull in tighter, come in closer, straight ahead.
Maybe the water line right here that we're looking at.
Okay,
We're
stop
at the copper.
there and rotate to your left. See
Actually, when the water
see
line is
what's
going to be
around you.
away from the edge that we're seeing to that line of the copper that's bent over, laying on the seafloor.
Rotate more left, please.
Top of the water line there.
Make sure there's nothing, no surprises out there.
Yeah, on sonar,
Okay,
this
rotate
side of the
back to
wreck
the
looks
right.
pretty clean. Other side looks like it's got debris.
Okay, drive straight ahead, please.
Jack, we saw this same kind of deterioration with all the wood gone, with only the copper on that other wreck that we recently looked at in Walker Ridge.
Okay, lateral left, please.
This one's leaving pretty early. If only we could get a sample.
Gives you an incentive to come back.
Absolutely.
Seeing a lot of debris inside the hull of various kinds. I think we've already identified both plates and a platter. Seeing other items that look
rotate
like
left.
utensils in the background.
Take a look and see what's coming up.
It's a couple more anemones. Saw a fish down underneath.
Okay, rotate back to the right. Come down, please.
I think you're getting a very clean view of this wreck because there's very little encrusting biology.
down closer, please. Okay. Hold it there. Altitude, please.
It looks to me like I'm seeing some wood there.
Yep, for sure.
You know,
Okay, lateral slowly to your left. Stay right around this distance from the wreck, please.
I'm certainly seeing copper fasteners and some copper sheathing, but I'm also seeing some wood here.
That's probably some of the external planking still exists, and also maybe some of the interior. We'll have to take a look at that if we have time.
Okay, rotate a little bit to your left and see what's coming up.
Fasteners appear to be all non-ferrous too.
Okay, rotate back to your right. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna need another ship move, please.
Gentlemen, can we get the lasers on when
Roger
you get a
that,
chance,
thank you.
please?
Yeah, go ahead with that move.
Lasers
please.
are on.
It could be an anchor right there. It could be an anchor right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've got an anchor, gentlemen.
Yeah, I see that.
Okay, pull in tighter, come in closer, straight ahead.
Maybe the water line right here that we're looking at.
Okay,
We're
stop
at the top.
there and rotate to your left. See
Actually,
what's,
from the water
see
line
what's
to be
around you.
away from the edge that we're seeing to that line of the copper that's bent over, laying on the seafloor.
Rotate more
Probably
left, please.
top of the water line there.
Make sure there's nothing, no surprises out there.
Yeah, on sonar,
Okay,
this
rotate
side of the
back to
wreck
the
looks
right.
pretty clean. Other side looks like it's got debris.
Okay, drive straight ahead, please.
Jack, we saw this same kind of deterioration with all the wood gone, with only the copper on that other wreck that we recently looked at in Walker Ridge.
Okay, lateral left, please.
This one's looking pretty early. If only we could get a sample.
Gives you an incentive to come back.
Absolutely.
Seeing a lot of debris inside the hull of various kinds. I think we've already identified both plates and a platter. Seeing other items that look
rotate
like
left.
utensils in the background.
Take a look and see what's coming up.
It's a couple more anemones. Saw a fish down underneath.
Okay, rotate back to the right. Come down, please.
I think you're getting a very clean view of this wreck because there's very little encrusting biology.
come down closer, please? Okay. Hold it there. Altitude, please.
It looks to me like I'm seeing some wood there.
Yep, for sure.
You know,
Okay, lateral slowly to your left. Stay right around this distance from the wreck, please.
I'm certainly seeing copper fasteners and some copper sheathing, but I'm also seeing some wood here.
That's probably some of the external planking still exists, and also maybe some of the interior. We'll have to take a look at that if we have time.
Okay, rotate a little bit to your left and see what's coming up.
Fasteners appear to be all non-ferrous too.
Okay, rotate back to your right. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna need another ship move, please.
Gentlemen, can we get the lasers on
Roger
when you get a
that,
chance,
thank you.
please?
Yeah, go ahead with that move.
Lasers
please.
are on.
It could be an anchor right there. It could be an anchor right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've got an anchor, gentlemen.
Yeah, I see that.
Okay, pull in tighter, come in closer, straight ahead.
Maybe the water line right here that we're looking at.
Okay,
We're ready
stop
to copper.
there and rotate to your left. See
Actually, when the water line is
what's
going to be
around you.
away from the edge that we're seeing to that line of the copper that's bent over, laying on the seafloor.
Rotate more left, please.
Top of the water line there.
Make sure there's nothing, no surprises out there.
Yeah, on sonar,
Okay,
this
rotate
side of
back
the
to
wreck
the
looks
right.
pretty clean. Other side looks like it's got debris.
Okay, drive straight ahead, please.
Jack, we saw this same kind of deterioration with all the wood gone, with only the copper on that other wreck that we recently looked at in Walker Ridge.
Okay, lateral left, please.
This one's leaving pretty early. If only we could get a sample.
Gives you an incentive to come back.
Absolutely.
Seeing a lot of debris inside the hull of various kinds. I think we've already identified both plates and a platter. Seeing other items that look like
left.
utensils in the background.
Take a look and see what's coming up.
It's a couple more anemones. Saw a fish down underneath.
Okay, rotate back to the right. Come down, please.
I think you're getting a very clean view of this wreck because there's very little encrusting biology.
down closer, please. Okay. Hold it there. Altitude, please.
It looks to me like I'm seeing some wood there.
Yep, for sure.
You know,
Okay, lateral slowly to your left. Stay right around this distance from the wreck, please.
I'm certainly seeing copper fasteners and some copper sheathing, but I'm also seeing some wood here.
That's probably some of the external planking still exists, and also maybe some of the interior. We'll have to take a look at that if we have time.
Okay, rotate a little bit to your left and see what's coming up.
Fasteners appear to be all non-ferrous too.
Okay, rotate back to your right. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna need another ship move, please.
Gentlemen, can we get the lasers on
Roger
when you get a
that,
chance,
thank you.
please?
Yeah, go ahead with that move.
Lasers
please.
are on.
It could be an anchor right there. It could be an anchor right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've got an anchor, gentlemen.
Yeah, I see that. Good catch.
Okay, continue to lateral to your left, please.
That to me suggests that we're moving towards the bow.
Okay, stop right there, please. I want you to drive in a little bit. Get those lasers looking at the anchor so they can get a size on the anchor. All stop right there, please. Okay,
Lasers, everyone, are 10 centimeters apart.
okay, back off, please. Reverse.
Oh, look at the ring on that anchor.
Yeah, big ring on the anchor.
Yeah, this is what we used rope line, not chain.
There's your bow.
Excellent. Very early wreck.
Okay, do a slow rotation left, please. See what's out in front of us here.
Yeah, I think we're now at the bow, gentlemen.
Okay. All right, rotate back. Come down, please.
Yeah, it's. I know your video feeds are dropping in and out, but the rest assured that the video that we are recording is spectacular. The visibility is
Come in,
really
please,
good.
Tighter, and come down a little
Looks
bit.
like there's something growing right on the bow. It's hard to really discern it, but
I'd like to say that makes us feel better, Jamie, but it's just more frustrating.
Oh, I know.
Okay, I'll stop right there.
So much for telepresence.
Come down a little bit, please.
Yeah, exactly, Jack. Don't you wish you were
And
Dennis?
lateral to your left.
Wish I was on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as much as I enjoyed telepresence, I'm glad I'm on the ship. Looks like the bow, the
Exactly.
skeg's intact here on the bow. if that's indeed the bow. Looks like the bow. Bow's caved in. Assuming we're looking at the port side here, you've got a fracture in the near field, but the
Okay, come down, please.
skeg's intact.
Okay, come down.
Amazing. We want a good image of that for sure.
Okay,
Jack,
do
you
it.
have to tell
I
Rob
want
what
you
he
to
missed.
rotate slowly to the right.
Poor guy.
Okay, now, what I'd like you to do is go back the other direction, lateral to your right, and I want you to come in closer to the wreck and stay closer down to the bottom, and I want you to do a nice
Seems
sweep
to be
along
covered
the
with
hull.
corals. Must be made out of something not
Yep.
copper. It's also not blue.
So come down about 1 meter off the bottom and come in a little tighter and try to do a nice careful sweep of the hull.
Dan Warren has corrected me. I certainly meant gentlemen and ladies. My apologies, everybody.
Okay, rotate a little bit to your right as you're going so you kind of see what you're going towards. Okay. So now just slowly lateral to your right. That's it. Push in a little bit, please. Push in closer, please. Not too much closer to the bottom, but straight ahead in. Come up just a touch, please. Up a little bit more. In a little tighter.
Getting a nice view here of how they installed the copper sheathing over the planking.
Stay close into the hull, please.
Dan's asking for a virtual marker.
Yes. Can we get a marker here, folks? This will be dive D12001.
Okay. Come back down a little bit, please.
And in particular, Dan, were you looking to mark the hawse hole?
I'm not sure if it's a hawse hole, but there's also a piece of sheathing that's laying out and very exposed there that will give us a good information on the
Okay, come in a little
size
tighter, please.
and safety of the nail patterns.
Roger that.
Okay, come in a little tighter, please. Closer to the hull.
ROV nav, that marker is sheathing exposed, plate sheathing
Okay,
exposed.
straight in and all stop there. That's as far to the right as we want to go right now.
It's pretty clear now
Okay.
that we approach the wreck
then,
at the stern.
I want you to sweep
We
back to the
moved
left.
forward
work your
to
way
the
to the bow
bow
again.
along the port side,
Try
and
to
now we're
stay,
moving
close
back
and light it up
along
nicely.
the port side.
Just get a nice documentation, get good lighting.
Lasers are on. You see the lasers now. Center of your view, skimming across the top of the exposed portion of the hull. This is the port side. Visibility is just great. There's a fish there. I guess. Is that a fish in the foreground?
Yep,
I
it's
guess
a
so.
giant snake eel.
Really?
It's just like the one that we saw inside the scupper tube on the other wreck.
Is that right? No kidding. That's why I wouldn't want to be scuba diving around the wreck. Giant snake eels. That's the
They look pretty friendly as far as eels go.
friendly as far as eels go.
Or deal, though.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much where we had our marker. I think that's what Dan wants to take a look at. And to the left here, this sheathing that's out away from the hull.
Okay, when we get to the bow, I want to do a nice visual around the bow.
This is your marker here. ROV nav, this was your marker where this plate sheathing was falling away from the hull. That's correct. That's correct.
Looks like there's some animals growing on the inner edge of that.
Yeah. Yeah, because the inner edge is wood.
And my guess is, yeah, the inner part is wood. So where we're seeing encrusting is where wood is, the sheathing is dropped away, and we've got wood exposed and still around because the sheathing kept it intact for a while. Looks like the skeg there is pretty encrusted, though.
Yeah, and I wonder if those are corals or very large hydroids. They still,
Okay,
we haven't looked at them
stop
closely,
right
but they
there,
look kind of
please.
brown.
We'll get a zoom, but not
yeah,
not
I know,
yet.
not right
not
now.
yet.
Okay, I want you to
Speculating for now.
I want you to go straight in. Right where you are now, straight in. Come down a little bit and go straight in. Rotate a little right. Okay, lateral a little bit to your left.
Or either just sedimented corals.
Okay, and work your way around the front of the ship here. Get a head-on view.
Amazing visibility.
I got a query about draft numbers. I did not see them well enough to confirm it, but we'll come in and take a look. It's near where we dropped our first marker, where the sheathing is dropped away, so we should get a good zoom there.
Okay, come in a little tighter, please.
Yeah, I didn't see that either. We have seen it on at least one other wreck in the Gulf.
I'm sorry, video, go ahead.
Roman.
Yeah, right, just forward to where the sheathing dropped away, but I missed it, so we'll
okay,
get another look.
Okay, I want you to rotate to your left, see what's there.
We will certainly get another view of that the port side of the bow once we've done our circumnavigation here. And we've got debris on this side, Dave. So
looks like we got a bottle right next to that anchor. You turn, rotate back to the right. Looks like a bottle right next to the anchor.
We do. That is a bottle.
Okay, you got jars, bottles.
There are a lot of utensils and related paraphernalia inside the hull. We've seen platters, we've seen plates, we've got bottles, multiple bottles.
It's like a ceramic of some sort.
Okay. Okay, start working your way down this side. We, yes, it's not a bad view right now. I would say just continue to work this for a while and see how we do.
Yeah, we should have debris on.
Come down.
We should have debris on this side.
Okay, you're at 2.8 meters. So please come down to about 1.5.
Got a good view now from Sirius looking at Little Herc, looking at the wreck. So Little Herc is on the starboard side. Sirius is above the port side looking at Little Herc, looking at the starboard side.
come in straight ahead,
Had
please.
a few anemones and
This has
corals
been one
on
of the
these things.
few wrecks in the Gulf where we've actually seen lots of artifacts associated.
Right.
Our ROV nav, we'd like to get another virtual marker on the anchor. So that would be D12002 anchor.
That's some
Okay.
dark and white staining there.
All stop right there, please. Slow rotation left to see what's to your left.
I don't think we have to worry about wire rigging this one.
Right.
Much earlier than that.
Okay, let's start this altitude. Start moving to your left, lateraling left, please.
Do you want the GUI here?
Yeah, it'd be a lot easier. Thanks. Sure. Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Yeah.
What's that? Right in the screen there. See that? Just moving to the right.
Yeah, stand by for 1 second, please.
Might be. Yeah.
Let's put the nav here.
Okay. How you doing, Bobby? Okay. Yeah, there's something off in the Yep. Okay. Okay. Let's continue on, and we'll go out and take a look at that in a second.
Yeah, that would confirm the sonar, the seismic image they have, the side scan image, that there is a connected feature of some kind, could presumably a mast.
Okay, lateral to your left, please.
You see that feature right there? It's moving to the left of the screen now.
Yes. Come in closer to the wreck, please. Straight ahead.
Looks like a, are you talking about left center? Looks like, well, it looks like a little bit like a cannon.
Yeah.
We were thinking the same thing.
Okay, all stop. Come ahead on that. Straight ahead on that, please. Okay, all stop.
Can we drop a virtual marker here, please?
Yep, we need another marker there, gentlemen. That will be 003, and let's just call it cannon question mark.
Look behind us.
Stove,
I think we have a stove. Is it a stove?
Looks like a stove, Jack.
Yeah, it does. It just looks like our
Looks like Mardi Gras too.
cross too. Exactly.
Did you give the wrong coordinates?
Okay, back out,
I think
please.
we got a chip stove in the middle of the screen.
That's what
Yep.
it looks like.
Awesome.
Well, it's about time we find one with material culture.
We were due.
Okay, left. Just back out a little bit more, please. Come down, please. Come down to about 1.5.
Looks like we're about amidships on the starboard side now on the sonar. Little Herc height above the seafloor is 2 meters, and the heading is 137 degrees.
Okay, rotate left, please. See what's there.
Got some seafloor relief on the starboard side here.
Go ahead, Nav. Roger that. Okay, pilot. Let's about 1.5 meters off the bottom and lateral to your left, please, slowly.
Look at that big sheet-like thing in the middle.
Well, I'm wondering whether we've still got some decking
Oh,
intact.
remember?
It's
Okay,
either
all
that
stop.
or
All stop, pilot.
it's sheathing that's collapsed inside the hull. But I'm wondering whether we've got some decking.
Okay, I want you to go straight
It's
in.
still.
We found the
and
stove
look at that sheet.
on a wreck of the early 19th century.
Lateral to your right,
Stove
please.
itself sitting on a sheet of lead.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's.
So that could.
Yeah. Well, that's right. So we've got the stove right next to the cannon. We have marker 3 at the cannon ? So we'll come back and take a good look at both.
Right.
This is not that big a site. We're not going to have a hard time getting back to these places. Outline of the hull on the starboard side is not as clear as on the port side, but we can see it most of the way down. The only problem we may have coming down the starboard side now is if we have substantial debris in front of us.
Okay.
Just have to look.
Okay, rotate left, please. Okay, I want come straight ahead, please, and rotate a little bit to your right. Follow the strike of the side there. Just stop there, turn right.
It's like a lot of ceramics there
Yep.
in the front of it.
Some more bottles.
Okay, come on down,
Oh,
please.
lots of bottles.
Down closer.
Like a lot of clear glass bottles.
Yeah, I think we've got a lot of bottles. I think the lighter objects are ceramic. So it looks like to me, we've certainly got a lot of glass. Getting good reflections from the
Down,
Herc
please.
lights in the glass.
Come down to 1.5 meters off the bottom, please.
And then you've got
Wow.
flatware to your left.
Okay, lateral to your left now, please.
Like big platters. Oh, man.
Do you
Well,
think
we
these
saved the
smaller
best for
things
last.
are? I can't really tell. The small round things, cups maybe?
I
Not
think
sure.
they're cups. I think the light
Cups.
objects are cups. I think those
Yep.
are, they may be metal cups. They might not be ceramic, but we're certainly seeing a concentration of platters and plates there on the left foreground.
Oh, some large jugs, huh?
And now we're almost back at the stern. Not sure what that object is in the center background, the dark object.
Okay, just finish
Yeah,
out.
that's what I was
Finish out
looking at.
laddering to your left, please.
Looks like there are two of them, whatever they are.
Salt glazed jars. Like that big salt glazed jug, Jack, that we had on Mardi Gras.
Yeah, could be. It looks like it has a cup, though.
Yeah, it does. It looks like there's a kick up on the bottom side. I'd like to see it from over the top once we come around.
Oh, we definitely
Yeah,
want to get
little
some good
skinny little
close-up
eel down
images
there.
of all this stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that is the rudder that's kind of been around there. Wow.
Okay, if you could hang here for a second, and let's. Where's our? What's the status of our ship
This
move,
is a
please?
keep up.
Yeah, we're back where we started. Didn't see much in the way of debris. We didn't do an extensive survey on the starboard side looking for debris outside the hull line. We did see targets, though.
Didn't see anything that would account for what looked like those masts.
Well, we didn't go, you know, those, I'm not, it's pretty clear they're not connected to the hull, but that could have been shadows in the seismic. We did see targets, though. We should probably take a look further afield on the starboard side once we do a census of what you want to see inside the hull. We dropped 3 targets outside.
Okay, we're
and one inside.
We're going to do a little change here.
Or 2 outside,
so
1 inside.
I'll have to look at it.
Let Tom jump
I'll have to
into
look
the
at
seat
it
for a
on the
little
side
bit.
too.
We've probably
Run down the
got
center.
slightly less than 2 hours on the bottom left.
Okay. We can use every minute.
Roger that.
We're going to do a pilot change right now.
We're going to do a pilot change. We're finishing a ship move.
I'm going to come right down the center of the wreck next.
And the next thing we'll do is come right down the center looking down.
Dan wanted to know if you could drop a virtual target at those dark objects in the stern.
Roger that, we will. ROV nav, we're going to want to drop our 4th target. This will be D12004. Right here at the stern, just on the port side, we've got 2 dark objects. Could be ceramic. They look a bit like kegs, K-E-G-S. Don't know what they are, but this is where we want to drop our 4th target right here.
Okay, Tom, let me know when you're comfortable.
Excellent video tonight, folks. Excellent. Very, very nice. Will make for wonderful, wonderful viewing when you get the high def.
This is an incredible wreck. This was definitely worth a visit.
A lot of artifacts here.
Okay, Tom, when you're ready, I'd like to come right down the center.
Yeah, as well preserved as the other one was. I think this one is almost more interesting because, at least for me, it's not a ship person. They're more recognizable items. Plates and things. I know
Plates,
that.
plates, a
and
cannon,
kegs, I recognize
stoves.
those.
Right,
Okay, Tom,
exactly.
say again, please.
Well, clearly this one sank while it was in use. The other
Yeah.
ones may have been in use as barges or actually even intentionally scuttled as
Yeah, I want to make a nice
Yep.
slow
older
run
hulls. This one clearly went down as a result of
close so we can get some
somebody's
detail and
miscalculation.
Just a nice slow run with the camera looking down.
Yeah. The port side of the bow looks stove in a bit. I don't see anything that
Yeah, right.
the aft third of the starboard side's below the sediment line. Hard to see that, but I don't see signs of catastrophic damage anywhere along the water line except up on the port side of the bow potentially.
Yeah, it could have just been a foundering.
Right. There are your objects
You can,
right
let's
there.
try it, Roland.
Certainly.
Push past a little bit.
They look,
Look
like
like kegs,
they
huh?
look like bottles or
Like bottles, yeah.
kegs of some kind. One is they look
Actually,
different in shape.
one
The
looks
forward
like a
looks
keg.
like a keg. The one behind has a neck on it.
wine bottles. There's a clear glass bottle.
Tube worms.
That's
Sure,
it, Tom.
Bob.
Perfect. Just like that. Just
Hey, Jack.
slowly creep along.
If you can put
Take a
lasers
look
on
at
those
this.
bottles, they look like onion bottles.
Yeah, this is good.
Well, they look. I don't
And
know,
a
they look a
clamshell.
little- Well, some of
Two
them might.
clamshells.
Do we have the lasers?
Like
on?
two
We have
valves
The,
on
la-
the same
the
wall.
lasers are on in the middle of your view.
And Tom, you can actually follow the port side rail there if you want. We can do this in 2 sweeps.
Oh, look at that. Look at the lower corner of that square sheet. I think we have another hourglass. You see that? You see that? Going off the screen right now. There's another one. Oh,
Yep,
Marty
that's a good altitude right there. We're seeing good detail. Just slowly work your
Drop
way.
a mark. Can you just drop a marker back where you were?
You know, I think what we want to try to do, let us get a visual down the hull, and then we'll come back slowly and get you everything you need.
Yeah,
I think
I think there were 2 glass hourglasses right back there.
there is a lot of glass here.
Yeah. Well, that would have been part of the navigation instrument, so there could be.
You're coming up.
Other
should be coming up now on your stove and / cannon. On the stove will be on the port side, the upper left part of your field, and the canyon will be a midship, or what we're calling the cannon will be a midships.
That looks real good, Tom. Just like that.
Very nice. Very nice. There's the cannon, right center of your view.
Roger that.
Is that a cannonball right there? Round thing?
That's a good question.
Oh, okay. Got it.
A lot of glassware, a lot of jugs.
A lot of glassware, a lot of, we've got plates, we've got glasses, we have many bottles. We've got brown glass bottles, I think we've got clear glass bottles. A lot of shards of, we've got jars, those are jars on the right.
Right.
Very nice, just like that, Tom.
And your anchor should be coming into view here shortly, upper amidships.
Saw a couple of Estermantifera tube worms in here. It means that there's got to be reducing sediments inside here.
Well, you can see black staining as well in the middle of the hull,
right,
so you know
that.
we may be seeing fluids coming up through the center of the hull here.
I think also anytime you have organic rich sediment, enriched sediment, so perhaps from the rotting of wood, you can have a reducing kind of habitat in the sediments.
Some kind of a circular object there in the center of the view, just to the right of the lasers. Sort of looks like a ring of some kind, broken ring. This is the anchor coming up right upper part of your view.
Part of another anchor.
The anchor coming up.
Yep.
Bottle. Like another ceramic right there.
Now, are those copper tubes coming in from the port side? What would they have been?
Those are actually fasteners.
Are they Are they fasteners? Okay.
Can't frame.
Very nice. Just run it right out, Tom.
Well, this vessel has a very sharp entry.
Beautiful.
It was built for speed.
pirate ship, maybe.
Looks like you've got some more ceramics out in front of the bow. Those are encrusted.
Some round object just going towards the bottom of the screen now.
Yep.
Okay, Tom, you can rotate around.
Got a lot of got a lot of dark staining in the sediment here. A lot of burrow modeling and dark staining.
Yes, please.
Coming back down the hull now, everyone focusing on the starboard side now. There's the ring for the anchor. Big ring. Ceramic pot just in front of that ring. Right where the lasers are now. Another bottle. Bottles on both sides, one with the neck up and one lying down just to the left of the anchor there.
Looks like some fishing line off to the left there too.
It's a big anchor.
Hey, Jeff, we're going to have to come back to this one. Can anyone tell if the hooks on that anchor had a delta shape on them at the end?
Now, I see, what is the dark staining there? I don't certainly see a pot, but then, boy, I can't figure out what that is. We'll come back. We've got a lot of dark staining here. I don't know whether it's alteration of metal below the surface or what.
It looks like a grinding stone next to it, too.
This is the part of the starboard side that is in part below the sediment line. Here comes your cannon again. There's the business end. That looks like that may be one of the. Does that look like breach to the cannon on the right there?
Looks like it.
Another anchor. You've got another anchor to the right.
Underneath it, yeah.
I think it's the shape of what they call the shank. It's the yeah.
Well, we can certainly look at the video, but I suppose we'll probably look at the anchor again. Anyway.
Well, the next move will be now to start zooming in on features.
Yeah, so I figure, well, yeah.
Guys, our footage just went all wonky for a second, but it almost looked to Chris and I like there were maybe three cannon kind of stacked on top of one another, one running transversely between the two. You guys see that, Jim?
Yeah, Mel, we saw that too.
Yeah, and that could well be led, to the right there. Certainly hasn't deteriorated very much.
So white in color.
This part of the wreck's got a lot of plate wear. You got some ceramics. You've got platters. There's a lot of glass here too on the right.
Chris said it would really make his lifetime if you guys at some point could go back and take a close look at the stove.
I think our life from now on is going to be about doing close order work. Once we get this survey of the starboard side done. A lot of glass, center view now. That, I don't think so. Got
Looked like an octant in the upper left.
Yeah, there was an octant there. What was left of one?
Like more lead.
Looks like bottles galore on the right side of your view. And a long-stemmed jug of something and what looks more like a keg just aft of it on the port side.
Wouldn't you know, all the plates are flipped. No maker's mark.
And then we're back at the stern. Don't know whether you want to come out here and look for that. You had mentioned a rudder. I did not see that. But I think some of those are bottles above where the lasers are.
Okay, Tom. Wonderful. Okay, we can switch out engineers, and Tom, just hang here for a second, and we'll discuss our next move here. So, can everybody hear me? People on shore, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. It's about 5 after 9 here, and I guess we should make a decision on how would you like to spend the rest of your time. We can do another flyover if you'd like, one more, or we can start very methodically going from one end to the other and looking in as much detail as possible. What would you like to do?
Well, I think we want to look more closely at for sure. I mean, we want to go back and look at the stove, look at some of the jars, the bottles, the cannon, the potential draft marks for certain.
Okay.
Well, right, see that thing right there in the screen now, how it looks at an angle? I think that's the rudder.
On the left-hand side there, right, Jack?
Yeah, well, it's right in the center now.
Okay, so how about we just start, because the wreck is so small, how about we just start right here and just start getting in and getting some detailed shots. We'll start zooming and getting as much detail as we can, and we'll work our way from one end to the other. Is that all right?
That's a good idea.
Sounds good to me. Dave, there is a target to the right there, just outboard. I was kind of curious what it might be when we get a chance. It's just to the would be to the on the port side.
Okay.
Yeah, Dan, that anemone is growing on.
Oh, okay. Yes. Okay. Why don't we go down and start looking at some of this?
Top right edge of the screen right now.
Okay, we'll go look at that. Okay, Tom, let's, while we're here, let's take a good close-up of this piece they think might be the rudder. So let's get lined up and take a good shot of this. And Brian, you go ahead and work the cameras as you and Tom need to get the best shots we can, okay? Yeah, this is good what you're doing right now. And then what we'll do is we'll zoom in and get some of the details of the sheathing. Yeah. Yeah, roger that. Yeah. Okay, so go ahead and zoom in and try to get some of the sheathing close up. Yeah. So you can see the sheathing. You see the nails right by the left of the laser. You can see the fastenings. See them right there? The laser's almost right on them. See if you can get a nice close-up of those fastenings.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Yep, there. So that's good close-up of the fastenings of the sheathing. Okay, that's good. Come out. More of the fastenings. More of the fastenings. That's a good shot.
Yeah, that's great. Shows the wood well too.
Yep.
Well, and you can see where the wood is exposed, how it gets eaten pretty fast. And it's see the boring in the wood.
Yep. Okay, that's good. Zoom out, please. Okay, let's take a close look at that fabric.
Hey, Jax and I were just talking. If it wasn't for the 3.20 mitigation, we wouldn't even know about this site. So here's a success story.
Yeah, no kidding. One of the most significant wrecks in the Gulf. We'll make sure everybody knows about that.
Yeah, it's fabric, but I wouldn't know what. Other than that, I wouldn't know.
It's a weird thing.
It's fabric of something, of some sort. We're not really sure what it is, but.
Yeah, I'm not sure that it has anything to do with the wreck.
Right.
I think it's come down.
Yeah, could be.
Down on top.
Nice T-shirt.
Okay, the next thing that we want to take a close look at is just a little bit ahead and to your right.
Can I look at that coral or anemone or whatever it is that's on the side? I think it's a coral. Just really quick, I'm curious what if it's attached to an exposed piece of wood.
Yep. You see, Tom. You see that. You see that coral that's down there. Yeah. Yeah. See if we can get a shot of that.
It does indeed seem to
What do
be
you
an
guys think of that
Anthomassus
projection sticking
coral.
out from underneath the fabric?
And it is on something else, something that's over top of that copper plating. Do archaeologists know what that is?
That may be some kind of draft mark. That could be some kind of lead or brass or something that for draft that's attached onto that.
Those look, they match the ones up in the bow, Dan.
Tom, you see those marks that are on the hull there? That just above the coral? Just above the coral, those two marks? They kind of look like squiggly lines. See if we can get in there and zoom in on those.
And the sheathing, copper sheathing.
Right.
Yes, it certainly does. Cool. Well, I'm good with that. I was just curious about that.
Yep.
Trying to figure out whether or not there's some kind of draft marks on the hull, though. So that's why they.
Okay. Going back in.
They should be Roman numerals because that's what they were usually listed at, Roman numerals rather than Arabic.
Tom, you can tilt your camera if you need to.
One looks like an XII. The one that coral's attached to looks like an X, and on either side, to the right, looks like an II. But I'm not going to swear to that.
Yeah.
They are nailed on though. You see the fastenings?
Yeah, they're nailed on. They look like lead. That looks like an XII, the lower one.
Yeah, they probably are draft marks.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay, very nice. Come back out, please.
Could be a VI and a VII.
Yeah, it could be a V, not an X.
Okay, now there's something just to your right.
Was it Amanda? Did you have a question about the fasteners of that coming out from the?
Yeah, I did. It just looked fairly significant.
Okay, let's zoom in on this area and see if there's anything here. Let's get this documented before we move on.
Another plate just went up the upper left-hand side.
Can you take a closer look at what that anemone is growing on?
We certainly will. Looks to me like it looks like wood.
Yeah.
But behind the anemone looks like something that's metal. To
That
the
does
right.
look like a spoon, yeah. Or a ladle or something. There's a squat lobster underneath there. They're always under stuff.
Okay, let's move on. We got a lot to see here and not a lot of time to do it. So let's move
Those
into
aren't stocks, are they?
into the wreck. Let's pick up this plate while we're here.
Looks like you got a platter dead ahead. We ought to take a zoom on, I think, before we go. And then you're going to want to look at those bottles or kegs to the left, the dark objects.
Right. Hey, the area we just left, those objects, I just saw a trigger guard.
All right.
Okay. Could you guide us back?
There's a
Right back where the anemone was back there.
Okay, Tom. Let's slide back to where we were looking at the anemones for a second. Okay, could somebody guide us who's seeing that?
All right, we need to go to the other side of the anemone. There's the piece the anemone is laying on that's at 90 degrees, that's pretty much at 90 degrees to the hull. On that other side, you should see a trigger guard near the base of the anemone.
Is it possible that all of the cylindrical objects we're seeing are arms?
It's possible. I was wondering if they could be rifle stocks.
Right. That's what I'm wondering too.
Yeah.
Okay,
Does kind of look like long arms.
Tom, what we're trying to look for is they think they saw a trigger guard on the other side of the anemone from where we are, towards the hull. So see if we can slide over and take a shot over there.
Yeah, it's on the stern side of the anemone.
Right, so that you're sliding around the right spot. Yeah, yep. I would say rotate a little bit right and then come back
I mean,
in.
right now you should be able to zoom in on it and see on the base and should see the trigger guard.
I think I know what you mean. Is it the thing that is kind of spoon-shaped? Or no?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's, yeah, just up a little.
So I think it's going to be up a little bit, Tom.
And it's just at the base on the left of that anemone. In the
Those do look
center
like
of your screen now.
musket.
Look like it to me.
I'm thinking that most of these objects we're seeing are arms.
Yeah, they look like it.
Looks like.
It's right above the lasers right now.
Yep, right there.
Yep, gotcha.
That looks like a black powder or a flintlock or a musket
Yep.
trigger guard.
And these look like stocks below it, yes? Could have been the arms locker that
Just rotate a little bit left, Tom. The other left.
yeah, I think you've got armament here.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think those are other guards,
Well,
other
I
metal.
went back here, guys. Amanda, do we have just a few minutes to go look back at that cloth again? Amanda had some questions about what was protruding out of it.
Sorry, could you guide us back there? Which way?
That the cloth at the stern, or the stern again. We just want to take one more quick look before we move on.
Yeah, sure. Hey, Tom, we want to go back and look at that cloth that's on the stern.
Pretty sure the cloth was being intrusive.
Yeah, the deck underneath the cloth, it was wrapped around a projection, and it looked like it was had that same copper patina, the green patina, and it was a significant diameter piece that was coming up out of the seafloor.
All right. Well, we got a lot to look at, so let's.
I was going to say you're gonna have to make a call pretty soon on whether you want to spend more time inside the hull.
Yeah, let's take a quick look at this and then go forward. There's so much to look at in the middle.
Yeah, well, that's fine. It's just there. It just looks like it could be a pretty big pin or fastener. It looks like it has a round fat head.
Yeah, it's a big drift pin is what it looks like.
Okay, I think we've got this documented.
All right, let's move forward.
Thank you.
Yes. Tom, let's head for those plates, please.
And they're on the starboard side, dead ahead of you, Tom. Right there. Yep. And you're going to want to swivel left and then look at those bottles, the darker bottles.
Okay.
Got a lot of plates. You got a lot of plates.
Yeah, what you can do is let's look at these plates that are on the outside, and then you'll just swing in and actually turn around 180 degrees, and you'll be able to lay in there nicely and get the other images.
Yeah, we want to get a tight view of one of these plates. We might see an insignia or...
Right.
Got a lot of intact plates.
One of the things to look for on these plates, I know it's hard to see. I know no maker's mark, but see if they're what look like to be undecorated wares, or if there any kind of decoration we can make out.
Roger that. We'll
Yeah, how did they
look for
manage that?
any identifying marks on the plates.
Yeah,
Most of them
Like
appear to
creamware.
be plate side up. I haven't seen any upside down, which would help us with marks, but not seeing any adornment on
Well,
these.
I have a feeling this is before they started applying marks on the base of pottery. This is like creamware.
Got at least 2 different sizes here, though, right stacked up on top of each other.
Well, it could be plates and chargers. The charger is just the plate that you put your dinner plate onto.
Yeah,
Right.
the top one is got a scalloped edge, looks like.
So you see the corals on the bottle there. It's pretty nice. And on the plates, end of the plates.
Yep.
Beautifully intact, though. My God.
I'm seeing a lot of intact plates. We get inside the hull, you're going to see a number of them here behind.
Okay, let's move on, please. We have a lot to see and not too much time to see it. So let's move on a
It's
little
got
bit.
a decorative ring on the outside there, Jack.
Yep,
Right.
that's correct. It does have a
Goes around the
decorative ring.
perimeter.
Let's look at those platters straight ahead.
Yeah, that one, that's an oblong platter. That one's not circular, so that one's, that's a different shape.
Yeah.
That's a serving platter.
Serving platter, yep.
An elegant little ship.
Boy, yeah, kidding.
Lots of booties.
I'm noticing what looks like Dorito worm skeletons all through the ship also.
Now, it looks like does that look like a scalloped edge?
Yeah, it's scalloped and
Definitely a
green.
green scallop.
It looks like a scalloped edge, and it looks green.
Maholica?
I don't know. Would that have been a metal
Oh, it is
a metal edge that has gone?
No.
Looks painted. I don't know.
No, it's not metal. It's like a painted scalloped edge, hand painted scalloped edge.
Right. Well, that one plate certainly looks like it's got that.
I can't believe these
It
aren't
could be
broken.
Maholica.
The one before it had it too.
The green on the edge is a glazing effect. It's not a hand painting.
Right. Right. Definitely scalloped on the edge, though.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yep.
Yep.
Lots of serpulid worms on the edge there.
Okay.
Broken jug behind.
We can pull out, please. Okay, let's move over to those large black jugs. See what those are.
Yeah, right there. Those look like jugs to hold wine, or one has a long neck and one it's either broken or doesn't.
Okay, we got square case bottles. We got wine bottles.
Yep.
We got big round demijohns.
Yeah, we want to go in on all of this right in here.
Would that have been ballast? Are the blocks in front of those, or is that ballast?
I think in
No,
front
those
of
are case bottles.
they're case bottles, square bottles. Liquor.
Yeah, some are bottles, but maybe they're all bottles. I guess that's some of the.
Yeah, that's a big demijohn there.
Oh, they like to
broken bottle.
They like to entertain.
Okay, Tom, just kind of work this area a little bit right in here. Just
got a glass in front
zoom
that's
right
broken.
There, just kind of work around a little bit.
Right.
I'm looking at these directly in front. Would that have been? Is that not all of that is? Maybe it's all glass, but that looks like.
No, it's all glass.
Yeah.
All glass bottles.
Well, look at the blue on the.
It's very blue right there.
Yeah, there you go. Beautiful. Yeah, that one to the right is blue. Beautiful. And the neck is just buried on that one. That's another one of those demijohns, I think.
Oh, I see.
Fantastic. Beautiful
How
blue
is it
glass.
So blue? Oh, the glass?
Beautiful.
Okay, very nice. Let's pull out, please.
Hey guys, in front of that glass bottle with the neck buried down into the sediment, is that a brick in front of it?
Well, that's what I was asking. I was wondering whether there wasn't some whether this might be ballast. Or some of these there's some blocks along with this.
Tom, could you zoom in on
Looking
that?
down to the right of that bottle, I think it's also a bottle.
You see
there are
that?
a lot of different shapes
Right,
of bottles.
the bottle that's got the kind of the blue neck buried. There's looks like a brick right next to it, right where the lasers are right now. You just zoom one more time on that, okay?
That's exactly.
That's a bottle.
Is
It's
it
a bottle,
bottle? It's
too,
a bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a bottle. In fact,
you-
there's looks like there's something still in it. Look at that.
Dirt.
Look at that. There is something in there. What is that?
Napoleon brandy.
Well, usually at this higher depth, the cork blows into the sides of the bottle, just from the pressure.
Certainly got something
It's
in
a
it.
very interesting shape.
Certainly got. They're fantastic. Squat, and they've got all kinds of bottles, shapes here.
Yeah.
Kim says
That's
the case
fascinating.
bottles would have carried liquor.
Okay, zoom out, please.
My kind of bottle.
Okay.
It was a well lubricated ship.
Yep.
Okay, Tom, could you just rotate
I want to look at that platter.
and look at that platter right there, please?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. And by extension, those tube worms.
And there's another very interesting bottle. You see the scallop base of the bottle? So let's
Question
look
is,
at
are
that
these
platter in that
boring
bottle.
worms? Are these
No, I think they're vestimentiferous tube worms.
really? Boy, a lot of different shaped bottles, though. It had a real larder. The captain here had a real larder going. Got a really nice clear edge on this one. So
It's a pretty one.
that looks like a Madeira bottle or something. A long neck on the left there.
It looks like a what do you call it? A flask. Look at that.
Decanter, I think, is what you're looking for.
Decanter. That's what I was looking for.
You got a tube worm
Yeah,
just,
before
just
you-
above that top
right.
plate.
It's clearly alive, and before
Yeah.
you come out, just a quick zoom on the head of that thing I think it's lamellibranchia from here, but
Yeah, so we want to get a nice shot of that tube worm.
Yeah, that's very nice. It's alive and
Yep.
healthy.
certainly lamellibranchia and certainly alive. That other one's probably alive too, just scared. That's great, thanks.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Most of the plates I'm seeing are unbroken, which
yeah,
is
intact.
spectacular.
Okay, Tom, let's come all the way out and just take a. Okay, stop right there, please. Come back just a touch, and you see it almost looks like an hourglass.
Yeah, two of them it looks like.
Two
Oh,
of them.
yeah, right there
Right.
at the base.
Goblets? Are they goblets?
Yeah,
I don't know what
I
they
think
are.
they're hourglasses.
They could be
They're
hourglasses.
used for timing watches.
Yep,
and all
that's
sorts
what
of,
that's what
timing
they are. They're
ship.
hourglasses,
Look at that.
and they've still got
What
one.
they are. We have a whole collection of those from another site that
Neat.
were recovered.
Fantastic.
In fact, they would have had a wooden stand
Ah,
to support them.
It must have this wreck must have filled and sunk slowly though, because there's you're seeing a lot of relatively delicate objects intact.
Well, the thing is, this is probably below decks, you know.
Yeah, still, but
Still.
still,
Yeah.
if it filled slowly
Yeah.
and went down, you got some glass
So
that's
you
broken, but
look carefully for kind of navigational instruments right in that area.
and we're going to want to pan and look for they thought they saw a piece of an octant somewhere in this vicinity. So
Okay. Okay, zoom all the way out, please.
this would have been where if this is the captain's area, this would have been where the navigational instruments were too.
Okay, so let's just take a close look around here, Tom.
Kim says there looks to be an eyepiece on the plate.
Where
I think she means that round plate in the.
Yeah, I'm not so sure that wasn't the tube worm though. I know what she's talking about. There are cups down here on the right. got cups,
Yep.
but I thought they saw a piece of a navigational
Okay,
instrument
Tom,
in here.
stop right there, please.
She says near your tube
I'm
bar.
not sure where it is now.
Come down, once you're, back off a little bit. Okay, right where your lasers are, just to the right of your lasers, there's something right there. Let's zoom in on that. Right there where your lasers are. So that's another very thin bottle. Back off a little bit.
Certainly glass on the lower left.
Yeah.
Another thin bottle there.
Yeah, it's another bottle of interesting shape. Got a long neck, maybe medicine, maybe, or something else.
That couldn't be a spyglass there to the, just to your right.
It looks glass. Oh, you mean to
oh,
the
yeah,
right?
yeah.
To the right, yes, possibly.
A little bit more, a little bit more. Right there.
Right there.
Yep,
That might
I
be a
think it's
spyglass right there. See that brass piece, Tom? That could be a spyglass right there. See if we can zoom in on that a little bit.
The brass tube.
Could be. It's a tube of some kind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is on
Yeah, there's the eyepiece.
there's the eyepiece right there.
Yep, that's a spyglass. Okay,
Huh, fantastic.
great. Okay, zoom out, please. Got to keep moving.
That octane should be somewhere right in this vicinity.
I think it's up towards the bow just a little bit more.
Yeah, we've got cups and goblets to the right.
Okay,
What's
let's.
that white cup next to that piece of sheathing there?
Yeah, take
Right in the
a.
corner? Yeah.
Go right, please. You see that little goblet down there? The little
Just
white?
above the lead, what we think is lead sheathing there. That looks intact.
Yeah.
But what you thought was your nav instrument is somewhere in this vicinity too.
Yeah. Do want to at some point be able to go get a close look at that stove too, because that might give us a good idea on dating.
We're working our way forward. You're going to be there shortly.
Okay, zoom
Roger
on that,
that.
please. Zoom on that little cup. Looks like another hourglass there.
Another hourglass right
Yeah,
next to it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, another one.
yeah. It's certainly a cup of some kind there.
Yep.
I think you're going to want to pan right, Dave, just to convince everybody that that nav instrument is not to the right of that sheathing.
I think
It was
I
somewhere
saw
in this immediate
I
vicinity.
think I saw it up ahead.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Let's zoom out, please. And just straight ahead, Tom. See that just up in your very top of the screen? See that circular piece right there?
Ah, there we go.
Yeah, let's take a look at that. That's
Compass maybe?
The compass gimbal, maybe.
looks
Yeah, that's
like
what it
it.
looks like.
Compass gimbal.
That could be the compass card in the center.
Yeah, I
that
think it
looks
is.
like the compass card, the compass gimbal, and the glass is where Brian said it was back
Yeah,
there.
the glass was down out of our field of view, but that's I agree with that too.
The name and date silted over, Jack.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, see there's the glass right there.
That's it.
Yeah, it looks like
That's
the
your co-
looks
that's
like
your
the glass.
That's your compass glass.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, there. Yeah.
Okay.
Look like crab legs.
Yeah, they're ceramic. They're handles. I think they're handles for cups and.
Okay, let's zoom out.
But you're right. That's what they look like.
Okay, Tom, let's just do a slow. Tilt your camera up and let's look slowly to the right and left and see what's in front of us.
Yeah, your Canon, and I don't know whether these look like they might be containers of some kind here.
Oh, there's that octant. You see it right in the middle of the screen.
Yeah, so it's that thing up
Just
to the
above
left
those two.
center?
Yeah, I think that's what we're.
It's moving to the left.
Octant. Do you need
Okay,
to look at it?
Let's zoom in right there, please.
We will at some point.
Just let's just come in a little tighter, right where you are. Okay, I'll stop right there. Drive ahead a little bit.
That's what that is.
Okay, I'll stop right there. Zoom in on that piece.
Yep, you can still see the mirrors in it. That is an octant.
Is that a mirror off to the left sitting in the sand?
Looks like it.
Looks like it could be.
Very reflective.
Looks like a piece that fell out of it.
Yeah.
Okay, now is that a shoe sole right there?
Ooh.
Tilt your camera up a little bit.
I think it's sponge right there.
See it right there?
I thought it looks remarkably foot-like.
Yeah.
But I'm not convinced it is.
The sole of a shoe or something, maybe.
Yeah.
Zoom in on that, please, right where you are. Okay. Okay, go ahead. Reposition.
Looks like it looks like a shoe from the side that's been collapsed from the side. Looks like the. I want to know what these two container-looking things are in the foreground, though. What are those?
I don't know.
Looks like metal.
Lots of bottles.
A lot of bottles. Yeah. You might be right, Dave. Although that's glass. That's glass on the where the left laser is glass. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hard to know. Okay, zoom out, please.
Oh, for a
Zoom out,
manipulator
please.
arm when you really need one. They drank. They liked their drink on this ship.
Okay, let's rotate a little bit left and just zoom in on those bottles right down there, right where the lasers are right now.
Yeah, what are these twin guys right in the left
Yeah.
foreground though? What are those? No idea what those are.
Yeah, right there. Just zoom in on there and get that documented.
Twin guys right in the left foreground.
Yeah.
No idea what those are.
Yep, zoom in right there, please.
A large clear bottle on the lower side.
I think that's a ceramic bottle there, right there where the lasers are.
Right. Could you tilt the camera down, please?
Yeah, it looks like ceramic.
That's not
I don't
ceramic.
think it's
That's
glass.
not
It's just got
glass.
something
It's
in
got
it.
something in
Oh, it looks like it's filled with something.
Mud?
Somewhere, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like ceramic.
Definitely.
There are more different shapes of.
This is Okeanos video. Somebody on the remote side needs to close your mic unless you're actively speaking.
Definitely. There are more different shapes.
I don't know.
Could be dried fruit.
Yeah, it looks like food of some kind there.
Guys, that's a clear bottle filled with contents.
Right.
That's correct.
Somebody's giving.
another one.
We're getting a lot of feedback from somebody. If you're not using your mic, you've got to.
It's got a glass.
There you go. And we've got another one in the upper left. You've got another one that's filled with.
Yeah. The one that we're looking at right now has got a glass stopper in the neck.
So somebody that has their mic open that's listening on that's on the RTS unit, you need to close your mic so we can hear the feedback.
Yeah. Okay, Tom, could you slide over to your right a little bit?
Somebody that has their mic open that's listening.
Yeah. Right there, the stopper.
Cool.
You need to close your mic. Feedback.
Sorry.
It looks like a glass stopper.
It's a glass stopper.
It's a glass stopper, and it's definitely closed.
Would it have rubber on the inside?
No, it would have been
wouldn't
glass
really
on glass.
Okay.
Okay, that's
Is
good.
my guess.
Thank you. Come out, please.
But it's still filled with what they were. It's a food stuff, and the other one to the left is also full. See that the glass stopper on the left is also intact.
Yeah.
How do they get that stuff in and out of those narrow bottles?
Would have been dried fruit, or could have been
Yeah.
grain of some kind.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
Tom.
It's just wet
Let's just take a good look around here and see where we're going to go next.
Glass storage would have
Gotta
kept
keep
things nice
moving.
and dry. Glass on glass stopper.
Got to keep moving. Okay. Can you tilt your camera up a little bit, please?
Yeah, your
Okay.
now your stove is right behind that lead sheathing in front of you. The stove is right there, and then the cannon's to the right.
All right, we're going to want to take a good look at the stove.
Hey guys, it's Jim. Everything I'm seeing here looks mid-19th century. Do you concur?
Possibly earlier. It looks very similar to what we saw in the Mardi Gras wreck, which was most likely 1810
Tom, over to the
to
left.
1820.
Yeah,
See-
I
see
could
the-
I
see
could
the
go for that.
brass-looking
Some of these
thing right there?
provisions look, and some of the other bottles look similar to some of the
Straight
stuff
down,
we've dug up in
right
San
now.
Francisco.
Right.
Looks like we've got another stack of rifles there at the bottom.
I was going to say that looks like
Yeah.
more. Looks like what we saw on the starboard side aft.
Rotate right, Tom.
More
see
arms.
That, see that stack right there of wood? Yeah, let's just take a close-up of that. And then we're going to move over to the stove next.
Those are arms of some kind, is my guess.
Because I had no noise on, they were getting feedback on the ship.
Right, yep. Zoom in on that, please. Yep, right there.
Yep, there you go. That's a trigger guard if I've ever seen one. Right there. Very nice.
A trigger.
And trigger.
Okay, come out, please.
So that pretty much puts the ID on all those as being arms of some kind.
Okay, Tom, you see those two plates? Just grab those two plates. Right.
Jack, all those muskets or rifles look like they were still in their crate when they came to rest.
Oh, there we've got a good view of the rim of
stack.
this. Yeah, we've got a
Oh, there. Look at that.
very nice.
Ooh, now there's good. That's dateable.
There you go.
You got your scalloped edge. You're seeing a good view of the decorative firing on the outer rim.
Yep.
No.
That looks like that same design we saw earlier.
I think I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it is.
Just got a nice clean view of it there.
Okay, Tom, straight ahead a little bit.
What we saw in the Mardi Gras wreck.
Yep. Very similar design on this plate here.
There's another, the same design.
Yeah, they didn't mess around with their plates. Most of these plates are intact.
Yeah.
Need one.
I'm guessing most of these would have been cargo. This is not the level of ceramic you would have seen the normal sailor using.
Right.
So I expect these were probably packed somehow.
Very nice.
as
Okay, you
cargo.
can come out.
Very good.
Okay, we got to keep moving. We're running out of time here. So let's get back. I think we need to go back and look at that stove if we can.
Be forward and to your left. Well, I think the other side, I think swinging around and looking back at it was more diagnostic. Cannon's on your left, and the stove is to the left of that.
Right. Just take a good look along as
There
we
it is.
go.
Well, there.
Yeah, there's a Cascaville.
But I think we decided there were at least 2 and maybe even 3 cannon, but I misspoke. The big one that was. There's the one we first identified.
I think coming around, looking at it from the other side, from that angle,
right,
we could see lots of storage jars, looks like.
And I'd like to get some close-up on this storage jar that's right at the bottom that's intact. That's pretty diagnostic shape.
Like a patent stove, huh?
Yeah, that does look like your one from Mardi Gras, doesn't it, Jack?
It looks exactly like it.
The maker's mark casted in the.
Now that would have been iron, sheathed with something, or.
No,
Not just iron.
This is Chris. I'm not sure this is exactly like the Mardi Gras stove.
No, it does look different. It does look different from Mardi Gras.
It's far different from the Mardi Gras stove. The Mardi Gras stove had a spigot and a couple other things, but nothing this elaborate.
This is looking more like the stove I saw on the wreck of the Summers, Jack, 1846, but built in 42.
Yeah, the Mardi Gras wreck stove was a lot more primitive than this. A little more elaborate.
Can you get a sense from a stove like this of how many the complement would have been on the ship we're talking about here?
Is this the only one that's on the wreck?
As far as we know.
What are we looking at? About an 84-foot long vessel?
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay, there's a
Don't know why
jug.
it's used what.
There's
know,
a
if it were
jug down to the
privateer,
right
it-
somewhere intact that they feel is worth trying to get a shot at.
A lot of ceramics here to the right.
Let's try to get a good shot of one of those jugs.
Good
right
jug in the foreground is intact. A lot of them are broken.
Right.
Yeah, that one that's right there in the center of the screen right now.
Kim Folk is saying that the stove doesn't necessarily tell you how many people are aboard. Just
Right.
like at home, you just use the
that's
one that is
interesting. Look
available
at
for the
that handle
space you
off
have.
on it.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
That's pretty cool.
These would have been used for liquids of some kind, cooking oil,
Water as well,
Dave.
sometimes in these vessels.
Right.
Yeah, I need 2 things. I need a time to the surface, and I need you to call the bridge and ask them what's the latest we can be on deck.
I'm good with this. We want to move on.
Did it look
Thank
like
you.
to you guys that there was reinforcing underneath the stove?
Yeah.
It may be the remnants
Okay,
of the deck
Tom,
of the stove was
Tom,
on.
to the left. To the left.
That other anchor flute.
So
Right
almost like it's collapsed in place.
in the center of screen now, just below the lasers. Want to zoom in on that right there.
Here's an anchor.
Yeah. I stored below decks.
Another grinding mill,
Go ahead, Nav.
says Kim.
Yeah.
Roger that. Thank you.
Yeah, it's certainly a second anchor. There's another one forward.
Okay, the piece that we're looking at in the center, could you zoom in on that?
Looks like part of the gun carriage.
I was going to say that's what it looks like to me. It looks like a wheel for a gun carriage. Yeah, that's what it looks like.
No, you're right. It does. It has the wheel.
Yeah.
The wheel from the gun.
Okay, come out on that. Yeah, perfect.
Yep.
Nice view. Nice shot.
And another cannon, maybe two different sizes of cannon here, but it could be the same size. Big. Yeah, well, there are the lasers. There are the lasers. So you're looking at a cannon that's at least 2.5 to 3 meters long.
Jack, you said privateer. Do you have a target in mind from this area?
No. Not in this area.
I don't know. Those don't look like they were stowed rather than ready for action.
They do, like they're down in the hold. Yeah.
Along with the anchor.
Okay, Tom, could you just back away a little bit so we get more of a perspective on this?
Heading to supply an outpost or something.
Well, something else that also happens is, bear in mind, there's a lot of war surplus being shipped out and sold at the end of the Mexican War, too.
Yeah, right there. Now, Brian, could you come in a little bit on the camera?
I can't rule out pirates either, actually.
No.
Okay,
you're
Tom,
right.
just do a slow rotation to the left, please, and then to the right.
Yeah, it's a good look down at Little Herc now, looking at the cannon. It's really good.
Okay, zoom out, please. Okay.
What's that big clear piece just down there approaching the muzzle of the cannon, kind of behind the wheel, lower, right in the center of the screen, lower center?
Tom, could you zoom in, back off a little bit, and then zoom in? Right about there.
What is that? Huh.
That might be some kind of deck support there, Jack. You talking about a long iron piece?
Yeah.
That may be some kind of deck support or just bracing they had.
Another cannon it's resting on?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the one that has the gun carriage.
Oh, yeah.
That could be an axle
At least
of some sort.
Another anchor.
Another axle.
Yeah. Tim suggests another
We
anchor.
had something like this on Summers, Jack, that was a spindle of some sort.
Yeah, it could be a third anchor. It could be another. Shank of an anchor.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tom. Just
and it would underscore what you've been saying about the fact that some of this may have been in storage in cargo for sale, anchors, cannon.
Okay. All stop right there, please. Okay, Tom, I'm going to have Bobby jump in for a little bit. Bobby, you want to jump in for a while? We're going to change pilots quickly here and keep moving.
Maybe a wood stock.
that a Moonodopsis on the top of that piece?
Yes. Seem to see those things everywhere where there's some
Probably
kind of a
about
hard
another
substrate.
15 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. We got to be on the deck before midnight. We need an hour to get back up. Right. So, well, to get to the surface, and then we need to get through the iteration.
I'm trying, Jack.
Sounds like we're running out of time.
You want to move on towards the bow, Jack?
Yeah, I'd suggest.
Yeah.
So everybody, we're probably looking at another 20, 25 minutes absolute max on the bottom before we're going to have to pull out of here. So we should make a decision on where we'd like to go and how we want to use the remaining time, please.
You do have an anchor forward, and you did want to look at your draft marks on the port side of the bow.
Right.
So you tell me where you'd like to go. We can work our way to the bow from here if you'd like.
But you get that information already.
Okay, Bobby, if you would swing left, please. And let's work our way slowly to the bow and see if there's anything on the way that we should stop.
There are more bottles. There's an anchor, and we did want to go outside. You might want to look at those containers in your middle view right now.
Yeah, let's get down a little closer, Bobby, and take a good look at what's in front of you.
That's a cauldron. Look at that.
Yeah, like some sort of little cauldron right there.
Yeah. Yeah, I just spotted that.
It's interesting how that staining seems to be rectangular shaped, like it's in a depression.
Yeah,
So let's get a zoom on that, please.
It's something that's heavily corroded, so I don't. Those are metal.
Well, that's definitely a cauldron or a pot of some sort.
Yeah, I think that's a pot.
What's that just to the left?
Yeah, there's another narrow bottle. We'll swing over and look at that in a second.
Okay.
Okay, just rotate a little bit to your left, Bobby. You see that bottle over there? And let's take a close-up of that bottle, please.
Is that was that an opening in the deck, and what we're seeing is below deck there?
Stand by, please.
There are more different shapes of glass bottles on this. Fantastic.
Yeah, quite a variety.
That's a green, long with a short neck.
Okay, that's good. Let's come back out.
Fantastic.
But overall, pretty small compared to the others, right?
Well, I mean, you can see the laser's 10
It's a
centimeters.
medicinal bottle.
That's probably medicine or.
Yeah, I don't know if that's an opening in the hull or not, or in the deck plating. Hard to know. It almost looks like it, doesn't it? Could you zoom in right there, Brian?
It does look like an opening of some kind.
Yes. Yep. And yeah, Bobby, tilt your camera down.
Nice crab there too.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yep, a crab, a couple of Okeanos squat lobsters.
Yeah, that's an opening.
Yep. Exactly what it is.
But you've got a lot of corrosion there too of whatever that metal play.
Okay, could you zoom out a little bit, Bobby, and rotate a little bit to the right? There's a wheel right in front of you. See the wheel? It's the one of the other cannon wheels. See it right in front?
So maybe what we're looking at is the collapse of a cannon.
Bacteria?
Maybe we're just looking at a cannon that's just collapsed.
Well,
it's corroded and collapsed.
That's definitely the wheel.
That's the wheel. So maybe we're just looking at a cannon that's just corroded.
What was your?
I'm
I
not
heard a
sure
question
if
in there. I
that's,
think.
that's a wheel for a cannon or if that's a grindstone. 'cause
Maybe
that
it's
has
a
square
grindstone.
hole.
Maybe it's a grindstone.
Grindstone would have.
It looks like it's got a square. It's got a square hole.
Looks like the one that we saw before, though.
Yeah, but the other one had an axle through it. This one I don't
Right.
see. So
Take rotate a little bit to your right and zoom, please. No. Just rotate right and leaking lateral right.
that one looks like a grinding wheel.
Yeah.
Could be.
Kim
yeah.
agrees.
Now
Grindstone.
zoom in, please.
And that the trunk.
Right there on
or
that
the
piece.
sorry,
Right.
this thing
See
that we're
that
looking
piece
at
up
looks
the
like
top
a trunk.
of the screen?
We're not too far away from the horizon.
A steamer trunk, that is.
Yeah, this.
Yeah, let's right at that right at the top.
Right. Zoom in on that,
That's
please.
what we're looking at. Now,
Pulley. It looks like a pulley of some sort.
yeah, it's looks like that looks metal with a it's a could be a pulley. I can't think of what else it could be.
Okay, zoom out,
We
please.
wanna, Jack, we're running out of time here, so if we want to check out the stuff at the bow.
So let's.
One possibility for that square thing with all the black in it is that some of these ships, if it's an armed ship, they would carry their powder in rectangular upper powder boxes, small
Okay, Bobby,
magazines.
let's zoom out, tilt the camera up a little bit, and rotate.
Well, that would
around
explain. That could explain it.
180
Could explain some of
degrees.
the dark staining in other
Head
parts
towards
of
the
the
bow.
hull too. If you've got powder here.
Another look at those draft marks. We probably better.
Yeah, we're moving. We're moving in that direction.
Yeah.
You got about 20 to 25 minutes here, and that's at the outside.
Yeah. Problem is, every time you turn around, you see something else.
Well, we feel the same way. Believe it.
Amen.
Well, this was the anchor they were. This was the anchor they were using in anger here.
That's an earlier style anchor, Jack.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Jim, I'm trying to see if the flukes had a delta V shape on them, but I can't tell.
Yeah, it's hard to say, but you know, look at
Zoom in
the
on
shape,
flukes,
you know, of how they come out there.
Zoom in on those flukes.
But you know, if somebody poking around in the 19th century could be carrying an anchor
There
50
you
and
go.
100 years older.
There you go.
Well, it didn't have keen on it, that's for sure.
You've got another ring, like the ring you have at the end of this anchor, down to your lower left. I don't know whether you've got a second anchor up here or not. Another big ring. That's nice. Pretty good sized anchor.
Okay, zoom out, please. And rotate left. Zoom in right there, please, right where the lasers are.
It's another container of some kind.
With that bit of a curve, Dan, I don't think it's 18th, though. It could be very early 19th.
That's probably right. I was worried it might be, or not worried, wondering if the delta V shape, we might have a
Okay,
Spanish
zoom out,
anchor.
please.
It doesn't look like it.
See the spikes.
That ring looks
See,
different.
that
doesn't
ring,
it?
Okay, turn left.
I don't know what this ring.
And zoom in on the ring, please.
It's a rigging. It's a piece of rigging. It's collapsed in. Probably doesn't have to do with an anchor, but looks like it's attached to something. It's a ring attached to a fitting of some kind.
Guys, I'm delayed because I'm on Internet 1, but I just saw what looked like rolls of fabric. Jack, did you see those just before this ring?
Just below this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw those.
Yeah, lower the camera down.
Can you pan down, guys, a bit?
Looks like a shackle piece. Says Kim.
Yeah. It's a belaying structure of some
Yeah, we
kind for
saw
line on the deck.
back by the stern earlier.
Okay.
Okay, let's come up and move over to the to our left, and then go down over the side of the hull, and we want to look right up at the bow. How are we doing with Sirius? I don't know.
That ring might be the fitting for a Deadeye, Jack, with the wood gone, that attached to one of those early chain plate style chain plates, not the bar or strap, but the actual large link chains.
Yeah, now we wanted to look at we had a visual marker here for the sheathing. You wanted to look at the sheathing, and then we wanted to look at possible draft marks up at the bow.
Well, if we get a good close-up on what the nail pattern is, that'd help.
Okay, Bobby, let's go straight into the hull where you are right now and get a good close-up of the sheathing and how it's nailed on.
Got a great view of little Herc looking at the wreck now from Sirius too.
Okay, so you see your upper right, got good nails there. Okay, when you guys are ready, go ahead and zoom on that.
It's a great view of the of how they laid the sheathing over the planking.
And can we get a view of the sheathing also that's to the left?
We will do it.
Yeah, just switched over to the Sirius view. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty good, isn't it? Also gives you a good view of the spacing of ribs.
Yeah, it does.
And they want to look at the sheathing down and to the left as well when you're done here.
Got a few cheater pieces on the copper sheathing here too.
Okay, Bobby, let's zoom out and then slide to your left and take a good look at that piece of sheathing that's there. Okay, on this view, you're going to see the other side of the nails. Okay, get in place and zoom in on that. You're going to see this has been peeled back, so you're going to see the nails. See the nails sticking through on the other side?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's great. It's a great view. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great view. Might want to zoom out a little. Just give them the lasers so they can get a spacing.
This robot dive that's happening right now is the first time somebody's seen this in a couple hundred years.
There you go. Lasers
just like the copper on the Mica wreck.
Lasers in the lower part of your view now. Looks like the spacing's about 2.5 centimeters for those fasteners.
Yeah, it's looking pretty standard for sheathing of the period.
Yep. And the period now, you guys, you think 1820 to 1840, something like that?
Well, I'd probably put it a little
earlier.
Yeah, I mean, this could very well be, turn of that century.
Okay. They wanted to look at the draft marks on the port side of the bow as well, though, before we leave here.
Let's move up.
Possible draft
to the
marks.
left, please. Yep.
Are they Roman numerals and in lead, Jack?
That's what it looked like on the stern.
Might have been a VI and a VII.
Looks like a hawser hole here, too, as well.
Yep.
Maybe. Maybe.
Okay, we want to get a zoom on
No
those.
chain of any sort, Jack?
None.
I haven't seen any. Yeah, that looks like a VII on top.
Yeah, I think those are hydroids. Those little branchy things.
So that's,
on the,
that's
skeg.
perfectly nailed.
Those
So
are
that
draft
hasn't
marks
moved.
for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's one below and to the right.
Six and seven.
So she's not that big.
Well, she was, we know how long she was.
down.
She just wasn't that deep a draft.
Yeah.
And she's got a piece right at her bow. That looks like it's
that gripe.
It goes right down the strike of the bow. You see it? It's probably
yeah,
some
that's
different
standard for
material.
that period.
Yeah.
Can you pan down just a little bit?
Pan down the camera. Pan down on the camera, please.
So those are marks to tell you how deep the water the ship is in. All those draft marks. And we're right at the very bottom of the bow.
Looks like a different kind of material that's right on the cap of the.
On the Summers, it was lead, Jack.
I think it's lead. I think it looks like that looks like lead to me.
Patina looks like it's something you'd see on lead.
Yeah.
Well, that's like I said, Dan. That's what we saw in the Summers. There was more of it, and it had bent over.
What it looks like.
I think so too. I think it's lead. I think it's what the draft marks are made of.
Okay, guys. There was one thing that was out in the sand. We might have time to just get over there and take a look at it quick, but I've got to move here. I cannot go later.
Okay.
So
Got
tell me, do you want to go out and look for something in the sand quickly, or do you want to look at anything more here?
Jack, you mentioned at the end you wanted to get the sonar to try to get some dimensional features.
Yeah, if we haven't already gotten that.
We got a pretty good a pretty good look at it with Herc coming in.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
that's what I thought. So, yeah, let's go take a look and look around the perimeter a little bit and see what's outside.
I'd go out on the starboard side and look outside.
Okay,
That's where the debris is.
We had something on the sonar before. I don't know if we can get there.
Okay. That's an awesome shot right there.
It is. Looks like she's heeled over a bit.
She is. I think she's off. She's definitely heeling to the starboard a little bit.
Okay, so we've got something down on the starboard side towards, probably towards midship.
Looks like you're about, 20 meters out?
I don't know if we're going to be able to get there. Co-pilot, what's your thought?
The position of that anchor is absolutely right for a bower, Jack, that would have been catted and in position.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just fallen in as the ship disintegrated.
Yeah, I agree with that, too. That would have been shank forward, too.
Yeah.
Which would suggest it was stowed.
Yep.
And not hanging.
Yep. Like it was on deck.
Hey, Jim, do you think this probably had a tilt rather than any kind of wheel?
It could be if it's the... Just interesting because some of the bottles looked a bit older to me, but it could be an older ship lost at a little later time.
Yeah, you're looking at it right now. It's coming in. Chain. We got some chain?
No, those are pulleys.
Oh, pulleys?
Those are blocks.
Blocks. Ah, yes, could be blocks. So we might have had rigging. We might have had a mast out here.
Yeah,
and we lost the mast, and this is masthead rigging.
Yeah. Masts would lay over. They did on the summers, and when we were looking at it, up to 100 feet off to the side of the hull, we had all the rigging laid out on the bottom.
Yeah, well, that's masthead.
Masts
That's masthead rigging. And your mast was out here. And
Okay, let's get a zoom on that, please.
nice.
Double block?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Can you take a marker fix on that as well while you're out there?
Yeah, can we get a visual marker here? This will be 005.
How far away are we from the hull?
How far away was that on the sonar from the hull? Rough idea. 20. Can't see it.
We've got it at about 22.5 meters.
Yeah.
Which, if it was a masthead, that's not too bad
guys.
for a vessel that was 23 meters.
Okay, guys, we got to come home.
23, 24 meters.
Dive's over. I'm sorry, we have to pull up.
We're going to have to go, guys. We're going to have to go.
All righty.
This was an awesome dive. Incredible.
Thank you guys very much, Okeanos. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, there's something for you to work on.
Yeah, we ended on a high note for sure. This was outstanding. Good work, everybody.
Yeah. Hey, Jack, good
Thank
target selection, man.
Yeah, I thought this one looked promising.
It's excellent.
Bottles will help data.
Hey, Jack, and just think, we almost missed this because of our Jonah this morning.
Yeah, well.
Well, we certainly enjoyed it out here.
A lot